Alert, chosen ones. You absolutely must see this message before September 9th. Do not click away. Do not get distracted. What is about to happen between September 9th and September 12th of 2025 is not just another astrological event. It is a cosmic demarcation line, a spiritual point of no return, and you have been guided here to receive this transmission because your soul is one of the anchor points for this planetary shift. The world will see a total lunar eclipse, a blood moon. But what you, the chosen, will experience is the unlocking of the most potent spiritual gateway of this decade. The veil is not just thinning, it is being torn away completely, and for a sacred 96-hour window, the rulebook of this reality will be suspended. 9 shocking, reality-altering after effects are encoded into this event, and understanding them beforehand is not just recommended, it is critical for your mission, for your safety, and for your sanity. Before we dive into the depths of what is coming, I need you to anchor your energy with this collective. Take a deep breath, and do these 3 things right now to signal to the universe that you are present and ready. First, like this video to send a wave of conscious energy into the collective grid. Second, subscribe and turn on all notifications, because the downloads will be coming fast and you cannot afford to miss a single one. And third, type the number 999 in the comments below to signify the completion of an old karmic cycle and your readiness to step into the new. Do it now. The algorithm is a system of energy, and your conscious interaction programs it to awaken others. Now, listen closely. This is not the eclipse your local news will talk about. They will speak of orbital mechanics, of the Earth's shadow, the umbra and penumbra. They will show you beautiful red-hued images of the moon, but they will not tell you about the vibrational tsunami that is about to wash over this planet. This blood moon is happening in the mystical boundless sign of Pisces, the final sign of the zodiac, the ocean of the collective unconscious. A normal eclipse in Pisces opens the floodgates of emotion and intuition, but this is no normal eclipse. This is a total lunar eclipse, a blood moon, which means the moon is not just being shadowed, it is being baptized in the fire of Earth's accumulated karma, filtered through our atmosphere, and beamed back at us with an intensity we have not witnessed in our lifetime. This is a cosmic reset button, drenched in the spiritual waters of Pisces. It is a portal designed to dissolve illusions, to shatter false timelines, and to flood your consciousness with direct, unfiltered truth from source. The dates, September 9th through the 12th, are not arbitrary. The 9th is the opening, the day the energetic seals on the portal begin to crack. The 10th and 11th are the peak intensity, the full immersion. The 12th is the sealing, the day the new energetic templates are locked into place. You will not be the same person on September 13th that you are today. That is not a prediction, it is a quantum certainty. Many of you are already feeling the pre-echoes of this event. You are the spiritual sensitives, the energetic barometers for Gaia. Have you been waking up between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m., your heart pounding for no apparent reason? That is your soul being calibrated in the silent hours, your energetic field being prepared for the incoming light codes. Have you been hearing a high-pitched frequency or a soft ringing in your ears? That is the sound of the higher dimensions bleeding through, the symphony of the portal beginning to play. Are your dreams becoming intensely vivid, lucid, or even prophetic? Are you meeting guides, ancestors, or even future versions of yourself in your dreamscape? The veil is already dissolving for you. Pay attention to repeating number sequences: 1111, 444, 777. These are not coincidences. They are cosmic breadcrumbs, signposts from your higher self, confirming that you are on the right path, walking directly towards this gateway. You might also be feeling an inexplicable sense of urgency, a deep soul-level knowing that something immense is about to happen, even if your logical mind cannot grasp what it is. Trust this feeling. It is your inner guidance system, your soul's internal alarm clock, and it is screaming at you to pay attention right now. This is the final call to clear the decks, to release the old baggage, because you cannot carry it through the eye of this needle. This eclipse gateway is a mandatory vibrational upgrade. Think of your DNA as a crystalline antenna, designed to receive cosmic information. For lifetimes, for millennia, most of humanity's DNA has been dormant, operating on a low-frequency bandwidth, capable of perceiving only a sliver of reality. This Piscean blood moon is broadcasting a specific frequency, a harmonic resonance that is designed to activate the dormant, so-called junk DNA, within the chosen ones. This is not metaphorical, it is a literal biological and spiritual process. The light codes streaming through this eclipse portal carry activation keys for your latent psychic abilities, for your cellular memory, for your direct line to the Akashic records, and for the remembrance of your true soul mission. The reason it's so intense is because the sun in practical, earthy Virgo is standing in direct opposition, creating a cosmic tug-of-war. Your Virgoan logical, analytical mind will be fighting this process. It will try to tell you you're going crazy, that you're imagining things, that you need to be more realistic. The challenge of this portal is to let your Piscean intuition, your boundless soul knowing, win the battle. You must surrender the need to understand everything logically, and allow yourself to simply feel, to receive, to become. This is the great dissolving, the dissolving of ego, the dissolving of doubt, the dissolving of the illusion of separation. Let's take a collective breath here. Feel the truth of these words resonating in your bones, in the very water of your cells. This isn't just information, it is an activation, it is a remembrance. If you have been feeling the pull, the anxiety, the excitement, the strange symptoms, and the deep, unshakable knowing that your entire life is about to change, I want you to pause right now and type "I feel the shift" in the comments below. Let this be your declaration to the universe, a conscious acknowledgement that you are awake, you are aware, and you are ready to anchor this new light for the planet. Your comment is a ripple in the quantum field, joining with thousands of others to create a tidal wave of awakening. So let's begin to unpeel the layers of what is to come. The first of the 9 shocking after effects you will experience is something I call spontaneous karmic resolution. This is perhaps one of the most miraculous and jarring effects of the portal. Understand that karma is not punishment. It is simply a cosmic law of balance, an energetic echo of cause and effect that plays out over lifetimes. Most souls spend entire incarnations slowly working through dense karmic knots, unfulfilled contracts, energetic debts, and deeply ingrained patterns with other souls. This blood moon portal acts as a divine intervention, a cosmic get-out-of-jail-free card for the chosen ones who have done the work and are ready to graduate. In the days and weeks following September 12th, you will witness long-standing, seemingly impossible karmic situations dissolve overnight, with no effort or action on your part. A toxic family member you have struggled with for decades may suddenly move across the country and fall completely out of your life, with no drama or confrontation. A financial debt that has been a crushing weight on your shoulders might be inexplicably forgiven or paid off by an unexpected source. An old ex-partner, with whom you shared a deep and painful soul tie, will suddenly feel like a distant memory, the energetic cord connecting you simply gone, leaving you with a profound sense of peace and neutrality where there was once pain and obsession. This will be shocking because your logical mind will not be able to comprehend it. You will look for a reason, a cause, but there will be none in the 3D world. The cause is energetic. The high-frequency light of the eclipse portal is so pure and so potent that these low-vibrational karmic attachments simply cannot exist in its presence. They will sublimate. They will turn from solid to gas and vanish from your reality field. This is not a passive experience. It is the universe's response to the immense inner work you have already done. Every time you chose forgiveness over bitterness, compassion over judgment, and love over fear, you were loosening these karmic knots yourself. This eclipse is simply the final celestial hand that comes in and unravels them completely. The purpose of this is to clear your path. You cannot fulfill your higher mission on this planet if you are still anchored to the dense, heavy dramas of the past. The universe is liberating you, wiping your karmic slate clean, so that you can move forward with unprecedented freedom and focus. Your only job is to allow it. When these people, situations, and obligations fall away, do not chase after them. Do not question it. Do not feel guilty. Bless them, release them, and recognize this miracle for what it is, a profound act of grace, preparing you for the next stage of your journey. You are being untethered from the past so you can build the future. This is the first, and perhaps most liberating, after effect. You are being set free. The freedom that comes with spontaneous karmic resolution is the foundational layer for everything that follows. It is the clearing of the energetic runway so that your soul can finally take flight. But once that dense weight is lifted, your perception of reality itself will begin to buckle and transform. This brings us to the second shocking after effect, which I call the shattering of the 3D matrix veil. This will be for many the most disorienting and yet the most profoundly validating experience of their lives. Understand that the reality you have been taught to perceive is a construct, a consensus trance held together by collective belief systems, media programming, and cultural conditioning. It is a dense, low-frequency overlay placed upon the true multidimensional magical reality that has always been here. The Piscean Blood Moon Eclipse is a cosmic virus designed to corrupt that old program. It is a solvent that dissolves the glue holding the illusion together. In the days and weeks following this portal, you will begin to see the world not as it is presented, but as it truly is energetically. This is not just about seeing auras or orbs of light, although that may happen for some. It is far deeper. You will look at the institutions that govern our world: politics, finance, media, even mainstream science and medicine, and you will see them for the fragile, fear-based theatrical performances they are. The emotional hooks that once drew you into the drama of the daily news cycle will no longer attach. You will watch a world leader give a speech, and instead of hearing the words, you will feel the energetic signature behind them, the fear, the deception, the hidden agendas. It will be like you've been given a pair of glasses that allows you to see the source code running behind the screen of reality. This will be deeply isolating at first. You will be sitting in conversations with friends, family, or colleagues, and they will be passionately discussing some manufactured outrage or celebrity drama, and it will sound to you like the buzzing of flies. You will feel a profound disconnect, a sense of being a stranger in a strange land. This is the red pill moment from the movies, made manifest in your life. You are waking up inside the dream, and you are realizing that most people are still sound asleep, mistaking the dream for reality. You will notice the energetic loops, the repetitive patterns that keep humanity trapped. You will see how fear is used as a currency to control the masses. You will recognize the subtle and not so subtle programming in advertisements, in music, in movies, all designed to keep you feeling small, inadequate, and powerless. This shattering is a gift, but it comes with a responsibility. You cannot unsee it. Once the veil is torn, you can never go back to blissful ignorance. Your compassion for those still asleep will deepen immensely, but your tolerance for participating in the illusion will drop to zero. You will be forced to make conscious choices about where you place your attention and energy, because engaging with the old matrix will feel profoundly draining and inauthentic. This is the great awakening on a personal level. The eclipse is pulling back the curtain, and you, the chosen, are being given a front row seat to the truth of how this world really works. It's not a conspiracy, it's a matter of frequency. The world isn't changing. Your ability to perceive its true nature is, as your perception of the outer world is radically altered, your inner world, your own physical and energetic body, will undergo a parallel and equally radical transformation. This leads us to the third shocking after effect: radical energetic diet and frequency intolerance. Your physical body is not just a meat suit, it is a bio-spiritual antenna, a crystalline instrument designed to channel and anchor cosmic energy. As the high-frequency light codes from the blood moon portal flood your system and activate your DNA, your entire being is undergoing a retuning. You are moving from being a standard-definition television set to a high-definition, 8K, full-spectrum receiver. As this upgrade completes, your newly refined system will begin to violently reject anything that is not in harmonic resonance with your new core frequency. This will manifest most obviously in your diet. Foods that you used to enjoy, or at least tolerate, will suddenly become poison to your system. You may take one bite of a greasy processed burger or a sugary dessert and feel an immediate wave of nausea, fatigue, or brain fog. Your body is not becoming weaker, it is becoming more intelligent. It is communicating with you directly, telling you this substance is too dense. Its frequency is incompatible with the light we are now holding. Conversely, you will develop an intense, almost primal craving for high vibrational foods, fresh, organic fruits and vegetables, clean, pure spring water, nuts and seeds. You will crave things that are alive and full of light because your body is trying to match its fuel source to its new vibrational output. Do not fight this. Listen to your body's new wisdom. It is guiding you toward your optimal state of being. This frequency intolerance will extend far beyond food. It will encompass all forms of consumption. The information you consume will be the next to change. You will find yourself physically unable to watch the mainstream news. The relentless broadcast of fear, conflict, and disaster will feel like a physical assault on your nervous system. You will scroll past it, turn it off, and feel an immediate sense of relief, as if you just stepped out of a room filled with toxic smoke. The same will happen with violent movies, shallow reality television, and music with dense, low vibrational lyrics. Your soul will crave silence. It will crave the sounds of nature, the wind in the trees, the song of birds, the rhythm of the ocean. It will crave harmonic frequencies, like solfeggio tones or classical music, that support and stabilize your rising vibration. And most profoundly, this intolerance will apply to people. This is often the hardest part of the awakening process. People in your life who operate from a frequency of gossip, complaint, victimhood, or negativity will become almost unbearable to be around. It's not a judgment. You will still feel love and compassion for them, but their energetic field will feel abrasive and draining to your newly sensitized system. You will find yourself naturally and effortlessly pulling away from these connections, not out of anger, but out of a deep, instinctual need for self-preservation. At the same time, you will feel a magnetic, undeniable pull toward your soul family, other souls who are vibrating at a similar frequency, who speak your language, who see the world as you now see it. This eclipse is recalibrating your energetic GPS, severing ties with resonant fields that no longer serve you, and drawing you inexorably toward the connections that will support your mission. This is a profound energetic sorting process. Trust it. I feel the energy of this transmission building. I can feel so many of you nodding your heads, feeling the deep truth of this in your cells because you are already experiencing it. This isn't just a future prediction. For the vanguards of this shift, it has already begun. If you have felt yourself becoming more sensitive, if you have felt your tastes in food, media, and people changing drastically, I want you to anchor this recognition right now. Go to the comments and type, "My vibration is rising," to affirm to yourself and to the universe that you accept this powerful, necessary purification process. Your declaration adds light to the collective and strengthens the grid for others who are just beginning to feel these shifts. Now, as your external reality is unmasked and your internal system is purified, the communication channels to the higher realms will be blown wide open. This brings us to the fourth shocking after effect: direct download and hyper-intuitive guidance. Your intuition is about to go from a gentle whisper to a crystal-clear broadcast. For the chosen ones, the days of second-guessing your gut feelings are over. The Piscean eclipse energy is dissolving the veil between your conscious mind and your higher self, your guides, and the universal consciousness itself. You are going to start receiving information in a way that defies logic and linear thinking. This is what is known as a download. A download is a complete packet of information, knowledge, or understanding that arrives in your consciousness fully formed, in an instant. You might be struggling with a complex problem at work or in your life, and suddenly, the entire solution, from step one to the final outcome, will appear in your mind with absolute clarity. You won't know how you know it. You will just know. It will feel more real and more true than anything you have ever learned in a book or been taught in a school. This is your birthright. You are tapping into the quantum field, the Akashic records, the mind of God. This hyper-intuition will manifest in different ways for each individual, depending on your unique psychic gifts. For some, it will be clairaudience, or clear hearing. You will begin to hear a calm, loving, authoritative voice inside your head, giving you precise guidance. It will not sound like your own egoic, chattering mind. It will be still, direct, and always oriented toward your highest good. It might say, "Do not sign that contract," or "Call your mother now," or "Turn left here." Learning to trust this voice will be your greatest challenge and your greatest asset. For others, it will be clairvoyance, or clear seeing. You will begin to see images, symbols, or even full-blown movie-like scenes in your mind's eye. These visions will provide information about the future, insight into a person's true character, or guidance on your next steps. You might close your eyes to meditate and be shown a detailed blueprint for a new invention, a book, or a community project you are meant to create. For many, it will be clairsentience, or clear feeling. This is perhaps the most powerful form. It is a full-body, cellular knowing that bypasses the mind entirely. You will meet someone for the first time, and your body will instantly tell you everything you need to know about them. You will walk into a building and immediately feel the history, the energetic imprint of everything that has happened there. This level of sensitivity requires strong energetic boundaries, but it is an infallible guidance system. The purpose of this portal is to amplify these channels to such a degree that your intuitive guidance becomes more real and more trustworthy to you than the information you receive from the outside world. This is how you will navigate the coming changes. Your mind will be confused, but your soul will always know the way. You are being reconnected to your internal divine GPS. As your intuitive channels become your primary mode of navigation, a profound and startling shift will occur in your perception of time itself. This is the fifth shocking after effect, a phenomenon I refer to as timeline bleeding and the collapse of linear time. You need to understand that the human perception of time, a straight line moving uniformly from a fixed past, through a fleeting present, into a singular future, is an illusion specific to the 3D matrix. It is a construct designed to create limitation, pressure, and a sense of scarcity. True, cosmic time is not linear, it is simultaneous. All pasts, presents, and futures exist at once as a vast tapestry of quantum probabilities. The intensely powerful, reality-dissolving energy of the Piscean Blood Moon portal is about to short-circuit your internal clock and cause this linear construct to fracture. You are going to begin experiencing time in a fluid, non-local way that will initially feel deeply disorienting to your logical mind. One of the most common manifestations of this will be what is known as timeline bleeding. You will be going about your day, and suddenly, you will be hit with a vivid, sensory-rich memory of an event that you have no recollection of ever happening in this life. It might feel like a memory from a dream, yet it will carry the weight and emotional resonance of a real, lived experience. What you are experiencing is a bleed-through from one of your parallel lives, a different timeline where you made a different choice. You might get a flash of what your life would be like if you had taken that job you turned down, or married your high school sweetheart. These are not just fantasies, they are glimpses into actual existing realities. The walls between your simultaneous selves are becoming thin. Another symptom of this collapse will be the experience of missing time, or conversely, time loops. You might look at the clock and see it is 2 p.m., become engrossed in a simple task for what feels like 5 minutes, and look up to see that it is now 5 p.m. Hours will vanish in the blink of an eye. Conversely, you may experience a moment stretching out into an eternity. You might relive the same short conversation, or see the same car pass by your window 3 times in a row. These are glitches in the matrix, signs that the rigid programming of linear time is breaking down in your personal energy field. Déjà vu will become a constant companion, but it will be deeper and more profound than ever before. You won't just feel like you've been somewhere before. You will know what someone is about to say, word for word, because on another timeline, you have already lived this exact moment. The purpose of this is to liberate you from the tyranny of the past and the anxiety of the future. The universe is showing you, in a very direct and experiential way, that the only point of power is the eternal now. As you begin to perceive time as fluid, you will realize that your past is not set in stone. Through your present moment choices and emotional state, you can actually reach back and heal past traumas, resolving their energetic imprint. You will also understand that the future is not a fixed destination, but a field of infinite potential that you are constantly shaping with your focus and vibration. This is a master-level spiritual teaching being delivered not as a concept, but as a lived reality. You are being unplugged from the clock and plugged into the cosmos. This temporal fluidity sets the stage for the sixth and perhaps most confronting after effect, forced ancestral healing and the purging of generational trauma. This one is not for the faint of heart, but it is one of the most profound gifts of this eclipse portal. You are not just an individual, you are the culmination of a long lineage of souls. You carry within your DNA, in your very blood and bones, the energetic imprint of your ancestors, their triumphs, their wisdom, their strengths, but also their unresolved traumas, their fears, their sorrows, and their secrets. For generations, this energetic baggage has been passed down unconsciously, creating patterns of illness, poverty, addiction, and dysfunction that repeat over and over. You, as a chosen one, a light bearer for your lineage, have incarnated at this specific time with a sacred contract, to be the one who finally heals this trauma and liberates your entire bloodline, past, present, and future. The Piscean blood moon, with its connection to the collective unconscious and the watery depths of our emotional history, is the ultimate catalyst for this process. It will act like a spiritual depth charge, bringing long-buried ancestral pain to the surface of your awareness to be seen, felt, and released once and for all. This will not be subtle. You may find yourself suddenly overcome with waves of profound sadness, grief, or anger that have no apparent trigger in your current life. You might cry for hours without knowing why. Do not be afraid. You are not going crazy. You are crying the uncried tears of your great-grandmother. You are feeling the suppressed rage of an ancestor who was silenced or oppressed. You are processing the fear of a forefather who lived through war or famine. You may also experience this through your dreams. You might have intensely vivid dreams where you meet ancestors you've never known, or you find yourself living out scenes from their lives, feeling their emotions as if they were your own. Physical symptoms may also arise, unexplained aches and pains in your body that correspond to injuries or illnesses your ancestors suffered. This is the trauma leaving your cellular memory. Your job is not to analyze it or even fully understand it. Your job is to be a loving, compassionate witness. When these emotions and sensations arise, simply create a sacred space for them. Light a candle, speak to your ancestors, say out loud, "I see you, I acknowledge your pain, I honor your journey, and I now release this burden on behalf of our entire lineage. It stops with me. I choose to be free." By consciously feeling and releasing these inherited energies, you are not only healing yourself, you are sending a wave of healing backward through time to your ancestors and forward through time to your descendants. You are breaking the chains of generational curses and rewriting the destiny of your entire bloodline. This is one of the most sacred and selfless acts of service a soul can perform, and you have been chosen for this holy task. As you do this profound work of clearing both your personal and ancestral fields, your energetic signature will become incredibly pure, radiant, and powerful. This brings us to the seventh shocking after effect, becoming an unconscious energetic catalyst for others. Once you have been through the fire of this eclipse portal, once your karma is resolved, your perception is cleared, your body is purified, and your ancestral lines are healed, your very presence will become an instrument of transformation. You will not have to say a word. You will not have to do anything. Your baseline frequency will be so high and so stable that you will automatically and unconsciously affect the energy fields of everyone you come into contact with. This is the principle of resonant entrainment. A lower vibration, in the presence of a higher vibration, will always begin to rise to match it. You will become a walking, talking tuning fork for humanity. People will be drawn to you like moths to a flame, often without knowing why. Strangers in the grocery store will suddenly start telling you their life story. Co-workers who are struggling will find themselves seeking you out for advice, even if you're not particularly close. They will report feeling calmer, clearer, and more hopeful just by being in your presence. However, this catalytic effect also has a shadow side that you must be prepared for. Just as your high vibration can soothe and uplift, it can also act as a powerful trigger for those who are deeply invested in their shadow patterns, their ego, and their unhealed wounds. Your light will illuminate their darkness, and this can be incredibly uncomfortable for them. People who are operating from a place of deceit, manipulation, or inauthenticity will find it almost impossible to be around you. Your energy field, which is now anchored in pure truth, will create a truth serum effect. They may find themselves accidentally blurting out the truth in your presence, or their carefully constructed masks may simply crumble. This can result in them reacting with irrational anger, blame, or projection directed at you. They will accuse you of being judgmental, arrogant, or holier than thou, when in reality, it is their own reflection in the mirror of your clear energy that they cannot stand. It is crucial during this phase that you do not take these reactions personally. You must understand that you are simply the catalyst. You are the chemical agent that is forcing a reaction. Your role is to hold your center, maintain your compassion, and not get drawn into their drama. This is the true test of spiritual mastery, to be a powerful force for change in the world, without becoming attached to the outcomes or reactions of others. Your presence alone is a form of sacred activism. You are changing the world one energy field at a time, simply by being the radiant, authentic, healed version of you. I know this is a massive amount of information to integrate, and I feel the intensity of this message. Let's take another collective pause to ground this energy. What we've discussed so far, the collapse of time, the healing of ancient bloodline traumas, and you becoming a powerful catalyst for awakening, is the core of your mission. This is why you are here. If you resonate with the sacred responsibility of being a healer for your lineage and a light for the world, I invite you to declare this now in the comments. Type "I am the anchor" to affirm your role in this great planetary shift. This declaration sends a powerful signal to your guides and ancestors that you consciously accept your mission. You are stepping into your power. Now, with this newfound power comes a new relationship with the material world. This leads to the 8th shocking after effect, which is the activation of instantaneous manifestation. The laws of manifestation are changing. The old 3D model of manifestation was based on hard work, struggle, and time delay. You would set a goal, create a plan, and then hustle and grind for months or years to achieve it. There was a significant time lag between your intention and its physical materialization. This was because your energy had to travel through the dense, sludgy, fear-based consciousness of the collective 3D matrix. That matrix is now dissolving. As your personal vibration rises to match the incoming 5D frequencies, you are stepping out of that energetic sludge and into a fluid, crystalline reality where the distance between thought and form is collapsing. In the wake of the September eclipse, you are going to discover that you can manifest your desires, needs, and intentions with startling speed. The time lag between your focused intention and its appearance in your physical reality will shrink from months or years to days, hours, or in some cases minutes. This will be a shocking and almost magical experience. You might think to yourself, I could really use an extra $500 this week, and a few hours later, you will receive an unexpected check in the mail. A client will pay an old invoice, or you will find money on the street. You might be thinking about a friend you haven't spoken to in years, and your phone will ring, and it will be them. You might have a creative idea for a project, and the next day all the right people, resources, and opportunities will seemingly fall out of the sky and land in your lap. This is not a coincidence. This is the new physics of a 5D reality. In this higher frequency, reality is much more malleable and responsive to your consciousness. Your emotional state is the creative engine. Whatever you feel with intensity, you will attract with speed. This is why all the previous steps of healing and purification were so essential. If you are still carrying unresolved fear, anger, or victimhood, you will manifest more situations that reflect those emotions just as quickly. The universe does not judge, it only matches your frequency. This is why mastering your emotional state, your vibrational hygiene, will become your #1 priority. You are being handed the keys to the kingdom, the divine power of creation. You are being promoted from a student of manifestation to a master of it. The training wheels are coming off. You are now responsible for consciously and deliberately creating your reality, moment by moment, with your focus, your feelings, and your faith. This is both a tremendous gift and an immense responsibility. The universe is trusting you with this power. Use it wisely. As you step into your role as a master manifester, wielding the power to shape your reality with unprecedented speed, you will find that your very purpose for being here on Earth comes into laser-sharp focus. The old motivations that drove you in the 3D world, the pursuit of money for its own sake, the need for external validation, the desire for status or fame, will dissolve into meaninglessness. Your soul has a much grander agenda. This brings us to the 9th and final shocking after effect, the one that ties all the others together, the full embodiment of your soul mission and the call to sacred service. This is the culmination of the entire eclipse activation. This is the why. You are not being upgraded and purified for your own benefit alone. You are being prepared for a mission. Each and every chosen one who has been guided to this message has a unique and indispensable role to play in the collective ascension of humanity and the birthing of the new Earth. For your entire life, you have felt this deep, often unexplainable, yearning. A sense that you were here for a reason, that there was something important you were supposed to be doing, even if you couldn't quite put your finger on it. You may have tried to fill that void with careers, relationships, or material possessions, but nothing ever truly satisfied the deep soul-level ache. That ache was the homing signal of your mission, calling you forward. The Blood Moon Eclipse portal is the final activation key. In the days and weeks that follow September 12th, the veil of amnesia that has shielded you from your pre-incarnation plan will be completely lifted. This will not be a vague feeling anymore. It will be a crystal clear, undeniable, full-body knowing. You will wake up one morning and simply know, with every fiber of your being, that you are here to be a healer, a teacher, a grid worker, a spiritual artist, a guardian of nature, a builder of new communities, or an inventor of new conscious technologies. The what and the how will download into your consciousness with the same clarity we spoke of earlier. You might receive a complete blueprint for a new healing modality, the entire outline for a book that will awaken thousands, or a vision for a self-sustaining community based on principles of love and cooperation. The fear, the doubt, and the procrastination that have held you back for years will simply vanish. They will be replaced by a profound sense of urgency, passion, and purpose. It will no longer be a choice, it will be a divine imperative. The thought of continuing in your old soul-crushing job or your inauthentic life will become physically unbearable. The universe will begin to orchestrate your reality to support this mission. The old structures of your life that are not in alignment will crumble away, seemingly overnight, to make space for the new. You might experience a sudden job loss, the end of a long-term relationship, or the need to move to a new location. From a 3D perspective, this may look like chaos and collapse, but from a soul perspective, it is a divine clearing. It is the universe lovingly and firmly pushing you out of the nest so that you are forced to fly. Your mission will not necessarily be about being on a grand stage. For many, it will be quiet, powerful, and deeply impactful. You might be called to be the energetic anchor for your family, holding a high vibration of peace and love that heals generations of dysfunction without you ever saying a word. You might be called to work with the land, to pour your love and light into a piece of earth, reactivating its sacred geometry, and contributing to the healing of Gaia's grid. You might be called to create sacred art, or music that carries activation codes, bypassing the conscious mind, and speaking directly to the souls of those who experience it. Do not judge the form of your mission. Whether you are speaking to millions or simply holding a space of love for your local community, every single role is equally vital. We are all pieces of a giant divine puzzle. This eclipse is the moment when all the pieces are finally shaken into their correct places. You will find your soul family, the other souls who are part of your mission cluster. These are the people you have contracted with before this life to work alongside. When you meet them, the recognition will be instant and undeniable. Together you will co-create with a synergy and power that is impossible to achieve alone. This is the end of the lone wolf journey. The era of the awakened collective, the soul tribe, is beginning. You are being called to step out of the spiritual closet, to let your light shine brightly and unapologetically, and to take your designated post in this great cosmic plan. This is not a drill. This is your final activation. This is the moment your soul has been waiting for lifetimes. So let us bring this all together. From September 9th to 12th, 2025, you are walking through a sacred fire, a cosmic portal of profound transformation. You will emerge on the other side with your karmic slate wiped clean. You will see through the illusion of the 3D matrix. Your physical body will be purified and recalibrated to hold an immense amount of light. Your intuitive channels will be your unerring guide. Your perception of time will become fluid, liberating you into the power of the eternal now. You will heal the wounds of your ancestors, liberating your entire lineage. Your very presence will become a catalyst for awakening in others. You will become a master of instantaneous manifestation. And finally, you will step fully and fearlessly into the divine mission you were born to fulfill. This is not a frightening process. It is a homecoming. It is the shedding of a false self and the glorious embodiment of your true, divine, magnificent self. The path ahead will require courage, trust, and a radical surrender to the flow of the universe. There will be moments of disorientation and confusion as the old world dissolves around you. But you will not be alone. You will be guided, protected, and supported every step of the way by your higher self, your guides, and the entire company of heaven, who are watching and cheering you on. This is your final call to action, your final declaration before this sacred window opens. The time for playing small is over. The time for hiding your light is over. The time for doubting your power is over. The universe is calling its chosen ones to the front lines of this great awakening. Are you ready to answer the call? Take one final deep, conscious breath. Feel the power of this moment. Feel the truth of your own soul resonating with this message. This transmission was encoded specifically for you. It was not an accident that you found it. It was a divine appointment. Now, for the final time, I invite you to seal your intention. Go to the comments and type with conviction, with power, with every ounce of your being. I accept my mission. Let this be your sacred vow to yourself, to humanity, and to God/Source/Creator. Let it be the definitive statement that marks the end of your old life and the beginning of your true purpose-driven existence. Share this message with anyone else you feel is part of this soul family, anyone whose heart needs to hear this urgent call. Subscribe and stay connected, for our journey together is only just beginning. Remember who you are, chosen one. You are a fragment of the divine, a spark of the infinite, an ancient soul in a human body with a sacred mission. The eclipse is the starting gun. Your time is now. Be prepared. Be brave, and know that you are deeply, profoundly, and eternally loved. You have made it to the final transmission. If you are here, now, absorbing these words, it means you have felt the truth of this message in the very core of your being. You have heard the clarion call of your soul, and you have consciously declared your readiness to step into your mission. But this final download is perhaps the most crucial of all. The previous parts were the what, the map of the profound changes that are about to unfold. This final part is the how. It is the operational manual for the newly activated chosen one. It is the sacred guidance for navigating not only the intense 96-hour portal window itself, but the radically new reality that awaits on the other side. This is where the metaphysical meets the practical. This is the master key that unlocks your ability to walk through this cosmic fire, not just unscathed, but reborn, fully empowered and ready to begin your sacred work. So take one more deep, grounding breath. Silence the world around you for these next few moments, for what I am about to share will be your anchor in the storm and your compass in the new dawn. First, let's focus on the sacred window itself, September 9th through September 12th. During this 96-hour period, you are not in the mundane world. You are in a cosmic chrysalis, an energetic incubation chamber. Your primary directive during this time is to create a sacred cocoon for yourself. You must treat these 4 days as a holy retreat. It is absolutely imperative that you withdraw as much as possible from the noise and density of the 3D matrix. Do not engage in arguments or confrontational conversations. Do not consume mainstream media or scroll through fear-based social media feeds. Do not make any major life-altering decisions. Do not sign contracts, make large purchases, or enter into new agreements. The energy will be too volatile, too fluid. Decisions made from this unstable state can lock you into timelines you do not wish to experience. Your only job is to be still, to receive, and to allow the profound alchemical process to unfold within you without resistance. Here are your sacred protocols for the portal. 1. Hydration is paramount. Water is a liquid crystal, a conductor of cosmic energy and information. You must drink an abundance of pure, clean spring water. Add a pinch of sea salt or a squeeze of lemon to help your body absorb it. You are literally flushing out old, dense programming from your cellular structure and making space for the new light codes to anchor. 2. Grounding is non-negotiable. Spend as much time as you can in nature. Stand barefoot on the earth. Place your hands on a tree, or simply sit in the quiet presence of the natural world. Gaia is your greatest ally in this process. She will help you stabilize the intense energies flooding your system. If you cannot get outside, visualize roots growing from the soles of your feet deep into the core of the earth. 3. Embrace silence. Your mind will be chattering with old fears and anxieties as the ego fights its dissolution. Do not engage with it. Instead, choose silence. Meditate, even for just a few minutes at a time. Listen to high-frequency music, like solfeggio tones or binaural beats, which are specifically designed to support DNA activation and brainwave entrainment. 4. Journal everything. Your dreams, your emotions, the sudden intuitive insights, the strange synchronicities. You are receiving a lifetime of information in a few short days. Writing it down will help you process and integrate it later, when your logical mind comes back online. And finally, 5. Honor every emotion that arises without judgment. You will feel ecstatic joy one moment and profound grief the next. This is the purification process. Allow the waves to wash through you. Cry, laugh, scream if you need to. Each emotional release is a part of your liberation. This is your sacred duty to yourself during the eclipse window. Protect your energy as if your life depends on it, because in a very real sense, the life of your new self does. Now we must speak of what comes after. As you emerge from this portal, you will be walking into a world that looks the same on the surface, but is fundamentally different energetically. You will witness what is known as the great bifurcation of timelines. Humanity is at a choice point. Every single soul on the planet is, consciously or unconsciously, choosing a path. One path is the ascending timeline, the path to the 5D new Earth. This is a reality based on love, unity consciousness, collaboration and harmony. It is a frequency of being. The other path is the continuation of the 3D matrix, a timeline of separation, fear, control, and the eventual dissolution of that old, unsustainable system. You, by virtue of receiving and integrating this eclipse energy, have firmly placed your feet upon the ascending path. But you will have to watch as many people around you, including people you deeply love, may choose to remain on the other timeline. This will be one of the most painful and challenging aspects of your post-eclipse journey. You will try to share your newfound awareness, your sense of peace and clarity, and they will look at you with blank eyes, or worse, with fear and ridicule. They will be unable to perceive what you perceive. They will remain plugged into the mainstream narrative, caught in the loops of fear and division. You must understand, with the deepest compassion, that this is their free will choice. Every soul has its own unique curriculum, its own timing. Your role is not to drag them onto your timeline. Your role is not to save them. Your role is to be the lighthouse. You must anchor your light so profoundly, so unshakably, that you provide a beacon for those who may choose to cross over later. You must love them without attachment to their choices. This is the ultimate test of unconditional love. It requires you to release the spiritual ego that wants to wake everyone up, and instead simply embody the awakened state, trusting that your radiant example is the most powerful catalyst of all. I feel the weight of this particular truth, the heartbreak and the profound responsibility it entails. To be a beacon while those you love may be lost in the fog is a sacred and often lonely path. But you will not walk it alone. To affirm your commitment to this difficult yet essential role, I want you to go to the comments right now and declare, "I am the lighthouse." Let this be your promise to hold your frequency steady, to be a point of stability and hope in a world of chaos, and to honor the sacred journey of every soul, no matter which path they choose. Your declaration is a prayer that strengthens the entire grid of light on this planet. As you navigate this bifurcating reality, you will need to master the new tools you have been given. We spoke of instantaneous manifestation, but let's deepen our understanding. This is the art of conscious creation. You must become impeccable with your inner world. Every thought you entertain, every word you speak, every emotion you cultivate is a command to the quantum field. In the old 3D energy, there was a buffer, a time delay, that protected you from the immediate consequences of your negative thoughts. That buffer is now gone. If you focus on lack, you will create lack instantly. If you focus on gratitude and abundance, you will create abundance instantly. You must become a vigilant guardian at the gate of your mind. This is not about suppressing negative thoughts, it's about observing them without attachment and consciously choosing a higher frequency thought to replace them. Your words will become sacred incantations. Speak only what you wish to create. Remove words like try, can't, and hope from your vocabulary, and replace them with I am, I will, and I choose. Your emotional body is now your primary creative instrument. Learning to consciously generate the feelings of joy, peace, love, and gratitude, even when the outside world does not reflect them yet, is the secret to building the new earth in and around you. Furthermore, your communication will evolve beyond the spoken word. You will begin to experience more and more telepathic and empathic connection, especially with your soul family. You will know what someone is thinking or feeling before they say a word. This requires a new level of integrity and transparency. You can no longer hide your true feelings or intentions. Everything is becoming transparent energetically. This is a gift, as it forces us into a state of authentic relating. It is the end of masks and the beginning of true soul-to-soul connection. And all of this culminates in the full embodiment of your spiritual sovereignty. The eclipse portal is severing your energetic dependence on all external systems of authority. You will no longer need a guru, a priest, a politician, or a so-called expert to tell you the truth. You will have a direct, unshakable connection to Source, to your own divine wisdom. You are your own savior. You are your own authority. This is the ultimate liberation that this eclipse offers, the return to the full remembrance and embodiment of yourself as a sovereign creator being, a fractal of God having a human experience. So as we bring this final transmission to a close, I want you to look ahead. Look beyond the chaos of the coming months and years. Look beyond the dissolution of the old world. I want you to see the world you are here to build. See a world where the air and water are clean. See a world where communities live in harmony with nature and with each other. See a world where technology is used for healing and liberation, not for control. See a world where every child is honored, every elder is respected, and every being is free to express their unique divine gifts. This is not a utopian fantasy. This is the divine blueprint for the new earth that exists right now in the higher dimensions. And you, chosen one, are the bridge. You are the conduit through which this blueprint will be made manifest in the physical. Every time you choose love over fear, you are laying a foundation stone. Every time you hold your light in the face of darkness, you are building a pillar. Every time you follow the guidance of your heart, you are drawing that beautiful future into this present moment. This is your legacy. This is your destiny. The Blood Moon total lunar eclipse of September 2025 is not an ending. It is the great beginning. It is the moment you have been preparing for over countless lifetimes. Your training is complete. Your activation is at hand. Now it is time to begin. Walk forward in courage, in faith, and in the absolute knowing of the magnificent, powerful, and divine being that you truly are. Your journey starts now.